Alright, guys. We are going to give this a try. We're going to go start episode 5 in our new and final playthrough. Or at least there won't be another playthrough for a while. Like I said, once we're done with this game, we'll go to a different game. Because, we've done 3 so far. Yeah. I want to see the recap. No, because we've already seen it. We've seen that, what Kanika has, vanished. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But as your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind re-solidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. When it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence. You're awake now, cold and uncomfortable, and your muscles stiff and achy, your head still clouded with sleep. You realize there's a concerning lack of blanket and mattress. There is nothing beneath you but hard wooden floorboards, dusty and uneven. There's also weight on your chest, and claws digging gently into your skin. Your heart skips a beat. You're greeted by 2 beady eyes staring down at you over the twitching nose of the opossum that lives in your door. The other one is crouched in the corner, eyeing you warily. You are not in your room. You stagger to your feet, disoriented and exhausted, your limbs heavy and your head swimming. You stumble slightly, swaying as you try to keep your balance in the oddly tilted room. The opossum clings to your shirt with its tiny claws, holding on for dear life. You must be in the Forbidden Wing. You know it was him, Wayne. He wanted you to check out the Forbidden Wing, so he made sure you wouldn't have the chance to get sidetracked. The small opossum finally moves. It carefully makes its way down the length of your clothes, as if afraid you might notice it if it moves too quickly. It hastens when it finds solid ground, scurrying to the larger opossum in the corner. The 2 stare up at you, not quite afraid, but clearly more worried now that you've risen to your full human height. Maybe they were watching over you as you slept, or maybe they were hoping you might be lunch. Either way, you're both going your separate ways now. There are 2 doors out of the barren room. One's a normal doorway, leading into what you assume to be a hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden, though the ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. Also, that gives you pause. If the room we are staying in is Perlan's, then she has a secret entrance. Investigate one side of the door. It doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, beside the brass circle where a handle should be. You didn't bring a screwdriver into bed with you last night. If you did, you'd worry about damaging each mechanism. Hopefully you can find either the handle or another way out deeper in the Forbidden Wing. Look through the hole. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening of what lies behind the door. It's your room, which means you'd be able to slip right back into the safety of the rest of the house if you could just manage to find the handle. Smart. You've always believed in working smarter, not harder. The estate is massive. There's gotta be a better way out of the Forbidden Wing than this. And maybe while you're looking, you'll catch a lucky break and stumble across a key. You groggily pat your leg before realizing you're still in your eating attire. It would seem Wayne wasn't thoughtful enough to bring your phone from the nightstand. Or maybe he'd prefer if you saw what there was to see in this place alone. Yell? You yell, hoping that Tabitha has yet to leave for the mines. You receive no response. So we're gonna continue deeper. You make your way carefully across the slanted room and deeper into the Forbidden Wing. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away, though there's nowhere else to run to now. An ornate empty entryway, a store long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Investigate. You make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. It seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people who wanted to show off. The stench of mildew is strong here. You're already weak in lungs, aching from the strain of breathing in such toxic air. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Examine the painting. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, the church, and the clinic, still called the hospital at the time of the painting. And then there's somewhere you've yet to see, the historic Callaway Tremaine House homestead. Yeah, and this blew my mind the first time we played, because I was like, oh, they live together. They're on the same land. That's why they're feuding. The faded bronze plaque beneath reads, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. Ignore it and leave this room. Oh, we don't have keen eyes, so we can't see the... Okay. You don't need to go risking life and limb to explore every nook and cranny of this house. You turn around and return to the hallway. Follow footprints. You follow the path laid down in the dust. It takes you up a flight of stairs, way down. And if I remember right, I think we missed finding Enoch's study, which is hidden behind a secret bookcase, which I find really interesting. And the bottles of water, which is how he communicated with the witch. Way down, blocked by debris, and you find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. There are more footprints leading all the way down the hallway and into the farthest door. Approach the window. The only reason why I'm doing that is because the carefully perched window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. Remember? Enoch's death certificate said he fell off a cliff. Could someone have pushed him out of the window? There was nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds its place together. At least for now. Try to move the boxes. You do your best to shove the boxes out of the way. They feel packed full of lead. You can practically hear your shoulders and hips creaking and straining with the effort. But try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. Then they seem to cement themselves in place, and you find yourself gasping for breath after another few desperate pushes. So we can't go into, oh, what's her name? Our ancestor, not Evangeline, but whatever. At least you know the candle can't be in there. No one has been in that room for some time. It's not worth the strain. And also keep in mind, we won't be able to find the letters and cards from Tabitha's dad. So let's enter the middle room. This space was clearly once a nursery, though no child had been in here for a long, long time. That's a big nursery, by the way. That is humongous. Check the bookshelf. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, books, nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelves, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. Your family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. Read a few. You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near crumbling pages. Reasons Mummy should take me and Maribel to the zoo. 1, we have been very good girls and not cried for a whole week. Maribel said the elephants are so big and I would like to see one. 3, I think it would be very fun and Mommy would have a good time. All are signed with the Edward Dayton. That's her name. I couldn't think of her name right away. But this is Alexandra Scarlet, the gal whose creepy doll is in our closet. All are signed with the carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. You flip through the rest of the books, your eyes unfocused as many practice sentences and letter copying pages flash by, but something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, today Alexandra continues to talk to the boy in the wall. But we can't continue with that. You make your way back to the hallway. Follow the trail until it's furthest around. This is where it should get interesting. You continue following the trail of footprints approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Someone left it open for you. The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and rotting antiques mark it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. It pains you to stand in this space. Emotions hang over you, strong, oppressive, and overwhelming thoughts that threaten to fill your lungs. You don't feel death here. You feel something worse. A deeper loss, one that's left a wound that has refused to scar. You can't help but fixate on the carpet in the center of the room. The corner is rumpled as if it had recently been moved. Here's the new part. You pull the carpet up, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. So there's a circle, and there's all the seals. An ornate ring of sigils have been carved into the floor, 5 along the edges with 6 in the center. The circle emits a now uncomfortably familiar feeling. You can feel your gaze forced to crawl over every intricate detail of the carving in front of you. So this also proves that Enoch sealed up the town, that he apparently sealed parts of the entity. Don't know how he did that, but apparently he sealed different parts of the entity away. The serpents wrapped around the staff gave you flashes of the room beyond the morgue, and the darkness that swept through the house once had been uncovered. The fist and chain makes you feel like you're back in the claustrophobic confines of the mind, surrounded by the angry hammering of its memories. The horns have the same nightmarish, dreamy feeling of the world, constructed by the furious ghosts of Charles Shaw Jr. The others are new to you. The feelings they emit are less intense, giving only vague impressions of what they might be tied to. Golden fields, mulling of fresh souls, slithering out from the womb and desperate to be fed. Another that rings like bells in your mind, calling you not toward it, but away from it, pushing you from its threshold and into the darkness. That's the one that's at the church. But the central symbol is strongest of all. It echoes out across the room, a vast ego proclaiming its dominance. So, yeah. So, apparently, Enoch was able to break up the entity into parts and seal those parts away. That is the current theory, or one of the current theories. But yeah, so you continue forward toward the door on the far side of the room. You exit to a short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to lower floors, but there is also another door. It's hanging ajar, its many locks and deadbolts along its edge, glimmering in the weak morning light. You've seen this door. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond time and time again. And to be honest, I think probably Enoch I don't know how he broke the entity into so many pieces, but I think he did that on purpose so that he could contain the entity into whatever body it's current sacrifice. Enter. You step forward. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with the nonsense of desperate climb. The one window, set high in the far wall, is fitted with thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't help but note that the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. And that's proof that Alexandra was a vessel for the entity. She was in this room. It adds an extra layer of menace to your already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. The pain radiating from these walls howls through your mind. Whoever lived here lived in constant torment. But the etchings on the walls are more than just evidence of the suffering that went on here. Whoever was trapped in these walls was trying to send a message to you or to anyone who might happen across it. Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters, dug as deep into the brick as the cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. Almost looks like a word, though none of the lines meet up, causing you constantly doubt whether they're letters at all, or just lines that fool the eye into imagining shapes that aren't there. Your stomach clenches with nausea as you run your eyes along the deep furrows on the wall, but whatever was in here wanted these words to be known, so you do your best to store them away, trying to burn the image of them into your mind, carved deep into the wall, bloody against the filthy brick. And then one final detail grabs you, a metallic glint from the filthy bare mattress, a doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. What's left here for you? Take the handle. As you take it, a sound wraps around you. Music, the tinkling of piano keys, played by a clumsy hand. So whatever the entity is, they know how to play music. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall. Follow the music. You've come this far. Clearly you're meant to go just a little further. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once the servants' quarters. A network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate, without so much as window for illumination. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet Estate, the echoing piano your only company. Soon enough you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorientating as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. You found your way to the first floor, which means you must be close to the ballroom from the first day. But you yet could confront your guide. Finish what you started. The musician plays on as you move cautiously through the dark. The slope now is so dramatic it feels like walking downhill. Jagged remains of floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. The flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench of a battered grand piano, turning to face you. So now you've seen it, Paula. He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you. A breeze passes by him, carrying with it the smell from the wound that is his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. He stops just a few paces away, and I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful and you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. Talk. That phrase scrawled on that wall, what was it? Why does it feel bad to think it? I'm glad you noticed. It's a weapon. Hold on to it. Who lived in that last room? Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. I've been in that room a long, long time. Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things, the town itself is enough of a prison that I might as well still be stuck behind that door. But see, here's the thing. I think Enoch, at least, I don't know. I don't know if Enoch was planning on trapping the town, or if he was just planning on trapping the entity. Like if he made it so the entity could not leave. And trapping the town was, or if he meant to trap the town. But then that would lead to a question of why? Why trap the town? I don't understand. But at least I'm free enough to warn you. What was with the doll in that room? She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. What do you mean the town is a prison? I can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoner. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying the price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way. It was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. Does Tabitha know about all this? Of course. Why do you think she invited you here? I kind of want to go with this one. Oh, that absolute... Indeed she is. And hopefully one who won't get the chance to cause any more undue suffering. You're still not telling me everything, are you? Do you want to be somebody else's puppet, Paula? I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. The witch. There is a stutter of recognition in your mind as to who that might be, and then it's gone. It's as if the thought was too slippery for you to hold on to. Someone isn't letting you think about it too hard. Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? physical, easily manipulated. But something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world. There's a memory that I can't quite hold on to. A thought that almost hurts to think. Keep it in the back of your mind. Try not to let it hurt too much. But don't let her take it from you either. You'll remember when you need to. That almost makes you wonder if he knows about Kanika. But why does he know about Kanika? I'm with you all the way. Help you stop all this. Wayne's shoulders seem to relax slightly as if he's relieved. Good. Our enemies rely on keeping us divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. Be careful who you trust. I will always be there when you need me. Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you, unblinking from behind his veil before finally disappearing back into the darkness of the estate. Nothing left for you to do here but leave. You make your way back to where you woke up and slot in the handle into the secret door in the wall. It twists and the door pulls back and you stumble through your closet back into your bedroom. So Wayne took all that time to move all this. I'm surprised that you didn't wake up through it. You lean against your door frame, relieved at once again having sturdy, unsloped ground beneath your feet and moderately clean air to breathe. The estate has gotten to you. After the events of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, to be anywhere but here. You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside. The morning's revelation seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. The cell, the dog, Wayne's insinuation that Tabitha has learned about all this, and even more that she has to take willingly in your family's crime. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Decision. We're not gonna, if we go to the mines, we're gonna go to the mines for another reason. But we can't trust Tabitha. Of course Tabitha can't be trusted. Nobody trusts the things you just saw hidden away in the locked in their house can be trusted. So what are you going to do about it? The library. If you please, wait inside me and find the witch. Going to someone I can trust. The only thing you're doing right now is finding rough stone carvings and salt. Only you don't know where the next stone carving is, at least not with certainty, and this isn't a time for uncertain wondering. Should we go to the library? We're not going to police. There's absolutely no help whatsoever. And besides, if we go to the police, we'll probably get arrested. Now isn't the time for a necessary conversation. Wayne told you to find the witch, and he knows we didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha. There's only one person in town who possibly fits that description. Sybill! She's no more than she's let on. Oh, he can choose what's there. Yeah, let's go. A purpose in mind, you make your way toward Main Street. And yet when you arrive, what you find is not the general store, but rather an old bricked up building where you're certain the general store used to be. Or rather, where you're almost certain it used to be, since renovations like this don't happen overnight. Hey! You turn to see Miles, so something nods at you. You know its name and its face and personality, but something is missing. The connective tissues of your memory. Paula, I have to talk to you. There's something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybill and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind, this was stupid. I just sound crazy. It doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, a creepy recognition, but you can't seem to hold on to it, a slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. No, you're not crazy. There's something wrong, and it has to do with your family. But you draw a blank on just who Miles' family is supposed to be. I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't know what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. Had cereal, and then Sybill said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait. The person was there too. I talked to them, and then I left, and I went out to the street because the office had closed for renovation. So I had to wait outside until it was done. Oh. It feels like he's recounting a dream. Memories slipping through his fingers as words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. So Sybill planted that in his mind. This is how I felt when Dad died. But nobody is dead. Please, make it stop. The memory slips through the barrier of fog rolling through your mind. He has a sister, doesn't he? What was her name? Is this about your sister? Miles tries to hide it, but you see his lower lip tremble, and his eyes are shining with fresh tears. My sister? I don't have a sister. I'm an only child. This is so messed up. Why can't I think? He can't hide the tremor in his voice as he speaks. There's this crazy old guy on the edge of time. You gotta find him, Julius. He was always coming around to ask me weird questions. I don't remember what he asked or what he said, but I feel like it's important. And he wrote it all down in a notebook. You gotta get him to show you that notebook. I'd go out there, but I can't think straight. Not right now. I need somebody to fix this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. So he's felt like this before. So Sybill has done this to him before. Oh. He shoves the map into your hands and turns away, hiding his face as it cracks with emotion. I really didn't want to ask him for help. That's not bad, it is, okay? Don't tell him what I said, though. I don't need people thinking I'm crazy. And then he's walking away. The where, you can't be sure if he even has destination at all. This place seems like a dead end, but you have a new lead to follow. Follow the map. As you make your way along the sunlit dirt road, you feel it a tingling at the back of your skull, an urgency, almost like a hand pressing you gently forward, with the threat to might become more forceful if you don't comply. Like so much crying that can only stop if you attend to it. The feeling is strange when you try to examine it more closely, contradictory. The cries of a presence that both desires to be alone, yet at the same time needs you in its presence. Oh, that's interesting. It's bringing something into this world that needs your help delivering it. You pick up the pace. You lose track of time, your attention glued to each step. Your mind seeing control of your feet, they know exactly where you need to be. And so the trance goes until it's halted by the unlikely sight of a familiar figure on the path ahead. Good, you found your way. I knew you would eventually. Are you going to come with me? Unfortunately, I can't. Not this time. I only wanted to offer some words of encouragement. I'm afraid that's all I can offer. I would much rather be by your side through this, but the witch is dangerous to me. So here's my question. If the witch is dangerous to him, why does he keep coming to her? Because remember our first day when we show up at Sybill's with Stella, that he apparently keeps coming to the tea room to talk to Sybill? But not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters, especially now that she's at her most vulnerable. His words feel far away, the not sound in your mind. The call of the thing at the farms is louder. It needs you to keep walking. Just be careful of the farmer. He places a guiding hand on your back, urging you forward, and that's all it takes. Your feet are moving almost on their own. You've both been set on your course. Alright guys, we're gonna stop here. Because I think it makes more sense to continue from this point forward and finish it off. But apparently Dr. Kelly is there with her. I want to say it's her name. So, oops. Let's try to save. And quit. Sorry that ended so abruptly, but like I said, I kind of want to break the Scarlet Hollow thing into two parts since it is a little bit longer. So I will get this edited and uploaded, and hopefully you guys will have it worth the weekend to watch. I hope you enjoy. But yeah, after we get done with episode 5, we'll move on to a different game. I just gotta decide what. I might end up having to flip a coin, but, or a couple coins. But in the meantime, like I said, have a good weekend, everybody. I hope you enjoy, and I'll talk to you later.